Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media, and it's great to have a return appearance of some cool cats. They are authors and founders of this real neat book fair, Once Upon a Book Fair. We got Jolie and Tunnell and Tanya Ross, both founders, authors, and part of the San Diego Writers Festival and anything authors and literacy that they're all about. Jolie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us, Drew.
We're honored to have you over here. How you doing, Tanya?
I'm doing great. I'm just really excited about being here.
Yeah, great. So we'll start with you, Tanya. We'll toss it over to Jolie. When is this year's Once Upon a Time Book Fair?
It is Saturday, June the 3rd.
Okay.
And it's at the Center for the Arts in Escondido.
Okay, and wasn't it last year at Grape Day Park, or am I making that up?
You are right.
Okay.
It was at Grape Day Park.
So now you've expanded, correct?
Oh, yes. We've expanded in a big way.
Right. So what time is it? Is it all day? And what can people expect?
We start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it runs until 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. And then, Jolie, so what authors, are you still collecting authors to be at this, or you're all set?
Oh, we're good. We actually had to cap it again this year.
Okay.
We are at capacity. We have a great wait list. So on with the show next year, I'm thinking it might be even a little bit bigger.
So how many authors do you have?
We've got 75.
My goodness. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. We've got the Center for the Arts, a whole wing of their buildings.
Okay.
So it is very close to where we were last year. Grape Day Park is next to the Center for the Arts. So we were able to fit 25 last year. We're at 75 this year.
Unbelievable.
I think we're going to be more next year.
And you could have been, right. So where are you going to be doing it at Snapdragon Stadium next? You know,
Maybe that's the dream, right?
well, listen, you got to dream big on this. There's no question. Tanya, is there a cost for this?
No, not for the public. The public is completely free.
Right.
And so they're getting a great, entertainment by coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any like workshops at all? I mean, obviously you'll see the different authors and their wares and all that, but do you have spots where there's a breakaway and an author is talking about X, Y, and Z?
Absolutely, yes. We have a reading room where the people that come can hear authors talk about their books, and we have 3 like superstars that are going to be appearing that day. One of them is T. Jefferson Parker, who writes thrillers. We have Linda Sundstrom Thomas, who writes romance, and then we have Matt Coyle, who writes thrillers. And so these are kind of like big names that people are going to love to come and hear.
Yeah, now, were they part of this fair last year?
No, these are brand new additions. We're really excited and proud of it.
No, that's terrific. So, Jolie, how did you get these folks? I mean, obviously, probably from the second your book fair was done last year, you were back on it for 2023, correct?
Oh, absolutely. We sent emails out to everyone we knew in January.
Right.
We said, we're doing it. Here's the date.
Right.
Who wants in?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So how'd you get hold of Matt and all these top flight authors?
You just start reaching out and touching someone.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows somebody also. And that's the best part of this event. It's organically growing. So it's word of mouth. It's one author telling another author, telling his writing group. And the next thing you know, San Diego just starts spreading the word. And then they start reaching out to us and saying, hey, I want a table too. So very happy with how this has all progressed.
Right. And so far, you've concentrated just up in Escondido area, Grape Day Park last year, and of course, the Center for Performing Arts this year. But you want to let people know, listen, whether you're from in San Ysidro to Fallbrook to Imperial Valley to the coast, everybody is welcome to this, correct?
We have, yes, and we have authors representing all over the county as well.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. All down in East County, we have people coming from Murrieta. We have people coming from LA now.
Nice.
From La Jolla to, I think we have somebody from Ramona also. At any rate, my point is not just the authors, the communities should be, this is worth the drive.
Right.
That's what we're trying to tell you. It's not just authors at the table with their books. We're having riddles. It's a free community event. It's for the family. We have adult authors. We can have a whole section for kids' books. We tried to make it good for everybody.
Right, that makes sense. And people just park right by the center or at the center, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
lots of free parking right next to it.
Right. And of course, it's on a Saturday from 10 to 4. We're chatting with Tanya Ross and Jolie Tunnell, the founders of Once Upon a Book Fair. Now, you're both authors.
Yeah.
Are you in your own fair?
We are both in our own fair.
Okay.
We're hoping we will have a little bit of time to sit at our tables and talk to people about our own books.
Right.
But, we're also trying to administrate this whole affair. So we'll be wearing a lot of hats that day.
I don't know how you're going to do it. Now, last year, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't some of you folks dress up in different costumes, or am I completely out of it?
Yeah, Jolie had a costume
Absolutely.
last year.
I think I remember your costume. I think when you entered when you walked the walkway, you were sort of at the bottom of it. Is that right? No?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, right.
Because I write historical mysteries, so I've got a historical costume on.
Exactly. And did you wear a costume?
No, but I've got one for this year. So I'm really excited to be able to put that on and dazzle people.
Very good. And so for you to find out about that costume, you have to come to
Absolutely.
on Saturday the 3rd. So, Tanya, is there a website where all the authors are noted and their books and so forth?
Yes, it's actually Jolie's website. It's jolietunnel.com. So if you go there, you can find out everything that there is to know, because there's a special page for Once Upon a Book Fair right on her website.
Right, exactly. And on this one, people can sell their books at their table. How does that work?
At their table, yeah, the people can just come up, talk to the author. Most authors will take, cash or Venmo or some type of thing. So there's no central place for them to pay for a book like a bookstore.
Right.
It'll just be by author.
Right. So it's right at their table, right? It's not like you can be going to
Exactly.
in that aspect as well. And, I know I should say this is my longtime friend, Jill Hall, going to be there.
Oh, Jill couldn't make it.
Oh, my goodness. She's probably traveling around somewhere, whatever the case may be. I think Jill have known each other for a long, long time. And she's a great writer. And I think she's working on her 4th book, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Correct on this. Well, good. It'll be should be a great aspect of it. And you mentioned, Jolie, kids are welcome, correct? We want families there.
Oh, please. Yes. We're going to have dragons. You might have heard that memo.
Yes, you're going to.
We have a dragon greeting you with a riddle, and then you can wander the venue looking for clues to solve that riddle. And at the end, when you exit, we're going to have another dragon guarding a treasure chest full of gold-wrapped treasure, which I guess you can guess what's in there.
Okay, I'm going to have to guess, right? Or make it I don't do any spoiler alerts here, right?
If you can answer the riddle, you can pull a treasure from the treasure chest.
Nice. And so the books are literally from pre-K, age 3 and above, or 2 to college. I mean, are there professional books?
Oh, yeah. We have all kinds of things. The kids' books span anywhere from pre-K to the young adult. And then we have every other genre represented. So if you're looking for nonfiction or memoir, it's all there.
So do you see, we'll start with you on this, Tanya, and then you jump in, Jolie, on this, that obviously San Diego, Writers Festival and San Diego Writers Inc. and all these wonderful groups that are in San Diego. And when we mean San Diego, we're not talking the city of San Diego, we're talking the whole county, of course, in this aspect. There's just more of an interest of writing and authors and literacy since the pandemic. I mean, it just seems to me that is growing. I'll start with you on that, Tanya.
Yeah, I believe so. And, I think people find that it's a great pastime to write. Not everybody is into writing for, a profit. Sometimes it's just for therapy, or people find it fulfilling. For me, myself, during the pandemic, during the quarantine, that's when I wrote my 2nd book. So it's just as a good way to spend your time, and it's very enriching and fun experience.
Right. I know you certainly agree with that, Jolie, as well, in that area. Talk about, Jolie, if somebody is interested, and we'll probably save some time for Tanya to talk about this when we go back from break, but I always like to ask this question of authors. If they want to get some tips, hey, is there a part of this fair that, hey, you're thinking of becoming an author, come to this little session, or not really at this event?
We're not doing that with this event. This event was very focused on authors.
Right.
But there are so many resources out there.
Right.
And while I want to say that writing a book is very hard to do, it's never been easier to get your book done. The technology is catching up pretty fast. So
explain why. Because of self-publishing? Why?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because now the tech is available. People have been doing this for years and years, but you don't have to go to the gatekeepers if you want to get your book done.
Yeah. That is very similar to the field I was in, media and so forth. And when desktop publishing came around, where you didn't have to go to a printer, and spend your life savings on X, Y, and Z, and you could actually, I'm going to date myself now because I'm a lot older than both of you, when you started with the dot matrix printers, so you remember those, and then you went to, the digital printers that actually look like a printing, and now people can put their own everything out. The same thing, I imagine, with book publishing to an extent.
Right. There's tools coming out every day now.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Yeah.
And the key is marketing. Is that still that's a big part of it, correct?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's partly why we came up with this brainchild, is that marketing is so difficult for authors. And so this is our effort to really be able to help authors, even those that are just starting out with like one book. We need to help them. We need to be there for each other.
Well, and I think that what's nice about this field, I've always liked it about this field. We've had a lot of, guests on from San Diego Writers Inc., as you know, on this program, and Jill's been on and so forth. You guys are so collegial. Yes, we know that it is a very competitive business. We get that. But you're all in it for yourselves to help others on this. And you're very magnanimous when it comes to that. Always have been. Can't say that about all the different types of professions in that world. And I think, Tanya, part of that is probably, we can talk about when we come back from break. It's more important that the person loves to read books, okay? Now, maybe it's somebody else's book, but that's fine, because if you're not a book reader, you're probably not going to read my book, right? Mm-hmm. So we want you to become book readers. Let's talk about that. We come back from break, of course, talk more about the fair itself, and then always save time, as you know, what our listeners can do to support your efforts. Of course, go to the fair, but there are other things that happen that are after the fair. When we return with Jolie Tunnell, she is the founder, along with her colleague Tanya Ross, of Once Upon a Book Fair, Saturday, June the 3rd, at the Center for Arts up in Escondido from 10 to 4. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing great things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Spotlight on the Community, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, continuing to do wonderful things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We are with our friends, the co-founders of Once Upon a Book Fair, Jolie Tunnell and Tanya Ross, and they are going to be chatting about their Saturday, June the 3rd, shindig up at the Center for Arts up in Escondido from 10 to 4 o'clock. And it is sort of a shindig, and guess it'll be fun. There's a lot of activities, 75 authors, is that right, Tanya, in this aspect of it? We'll start with you on this, Jolie. Right before break, we're just talking about how collegial you folks are and always have been, but it's just important to make sure people understand that it is fun to read books, it's good to read books, it's healthy for communities, and whether it's my book or not, even though you hope it's your book, you just want people to be book readers, correct?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to strong supporters of literacy.
Right. That's right.
At all the levels, yeah. I think, here's the thing. There are a lot of ways to get the arts. A lot of people go to the movies. A lot of people will go to the theater. They will go, and when you buy that ticket, you're supporting the artists behind it, right? People don't normally think that way with books. They just get a book, they like it, they read it. They don't stop and really think there's a person behind there, and years of their life maybe went into that book. So when you're purchasing a book, you're actually supporting that author. You're supporting that author so they can go make more of what they do best. This book fair kind of celebrates that whole concept. It puts the face behind the book in front of the reader. And that's something most people don't get to do. If you go to the ballet, you don't generally go backstage and get to speak to the dancers. Right. If you go to the movie, you're not actually talking to the producer or the actors in there. Books are very different, and I think the tangible tactileness of the person behind the art changes how you think of it. It changes how you do that. So I think that's something that kind of gets lost in translation when you talk about it.
Yeah, and this opportunity, Tanya, as Jolie was saying, is that now you are upfront and personal with that author. You can ask what their motivations are, why did they do this, what were their struggles for, how much of this is about themselves or is it about somebody else and all that. And we all know when you have that face-to-face interaction, it's just so critical. Talk about how important that is, because that's what these folks will be doing on the 3rd of June.
Yeah, I just think that it's so important because you really do inspire people in all kinds of ways. You can inspire people to write. You can inspire people to read. You can inspire people to think about, the lives that are behind these books. You can inspire people to help others within the literary community. One of the things that I love to do is I'm a facilitator of the Escondido Writers Group. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without the support of those other writers. So supporting one another as writers is just such a huge deal. And that's why I think it's important to pull all of these authors, these writers together for that sense of community. If one of us can help you in some way, then we're just all the better off for it.
Well, yeah, I think so, and I think writing and reading is a habit, and so when you see your parents or guardians, whatever the case may be, reading, doesn't make a difference what you read, in my opinion, whether it's the newspaper or it's a magazine or it's a book or comic strip, doesn't make a difference. Just read, just have a love for reading on that aspect of it, and and it sort of levels the playing field in a lot of ways where anyone can read. So there's no socioeconomics. Now, you may not have access to a lot of books. That's what part of the work that you folks do, and working with the Escondido Library and working with the Council on Literacy. The key is providing that access, so you can have books in front of you. One thing, one of our frequent guests on the show is Jose Cruz. Jose is the CEO of the San Diego Council on Literacy. Been honored to be involved with them for we don't want to know how many years, but a long time. And what they really work with is for those either newborns and those parents that they get them a book. A lot of the hospitals get involved in this, as you probably know. But when you work with underrepresented families, these kids never have had a book. Now that's shocking to a lot of people, especially probably in your world, because you grew up with books and you love books and all that. There are a lot of kids that don't have their books, and what we find is that when they get a book, it's my book. It's not my brother's book. It's not my sister's book. It's not a hand-me-down. It's my book. Do you come across that quite a bit when you work with some of the young folks? I'll start with you on that, Tanya.
Yeah, I definitely understand that because I was a teacher for 32 years.
Right.
And so because I have conversations with kids, about what they have going at home, a lot of them we're not encouraged to read. Didn't have any access to books. And so, reading is a brand new thing for a lot of kids, even starting at age like 11 or 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And sure, Jolie, the same way, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And there's a book for everyone somewhere.
There is.
And you get the right book into the right kids' hands and you just see the light bulbs going on. It actually changes their life. There's no doubt about that.
Do you remember the first book you read? I remember mine.
I might have been 4.
Okay. Wow. Okay, good. And what was it?
I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you remember the first book you read?
I do not.
Yeah. So, when I say book, I actually read it all the way through. I just didn't look at the cover and the pictures and all that. And it was the Babe Ruth story because I was a big baseball fan as a kid. And then I started reading all of those, Willie Mays and all that stuff. But then I became a sports writer because the first thing I would do was try to meet the person delivering the paper like an old dark 100 so I could read the sports section. That's why I learned how to read and write. And of course, probably explains a lot why I can't read and write in that aspect of it. But in all seriousness, I think the habit of reading and getting people into it, and what you said is spot on, Jolie. There is a book for everyone. We are chatting with Jolie Tunnell and her colleague Tanya Ross. They are the co-founders of Once Upon a Book Fair. It'll be held on Saturday, June the 3rd at the Escondido Center for the Arts from 10 to 4. 75 authors will be there. There are activities for kids, for families, for anybody. And so I really encourage people to go to that aspect of it. I'll start with you on this, Tanya. Do they have to sign up or just show up?
Oh, just come. Just come and explore, and there's no right or wrong, how you come in and visit. You can visit by genre, you can visit by author, you can start at the beginning and just go through the whole place. However you want to do it, it's fine.
That sounds good. So, Jolie, what can our listeners do to support your efforts? Certainly come to the book fair is important, but let's say they can't make it. How do we continue to support the efforts of you and Tanya, not necessarily with this fair, but on what you folks love to do the most?
Oh, so absolutely. You go to our website. We've got the list of the authors participating this year. They all have links. If you can't make it and you want to know more about that author, you just click on their name. It'll take you to everywhere that author is at. So you can shop. You can start shopping ahead of time. You can show up and already know who you're going to go talk to or whatever.
Right.
But we'll be doing that every year, and those pages are evergreen. So you can actually see what we did last year, and those links are all still there from last year as well.
Right.
And if you are planning on coming next year, it's usually the first Saturday in June. And if you're an author and you want to participate, we're going to try and make room for you.
Yeah, and I think, if, join writers groups like you're doing, like you lead and so forth, or Writers Festival or Writers Inc. and so forth. There's so many opportunities if you want to dip your toe into this aspect of it or just, learn and go, no, I know why I don't want to be a writer and all this business because I was not born with thick skin. One of my favorite subjects when I talk to folks like you got to sit there and take a little criticism, obviously, to say the least. So that's terrific. Well, Tanya, I was thrilled I got that email from you. And things worked out. I was honored to go to the open air book fair last year. Boy, a lot of excitement on it. Now 3 times the amount of authors. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be on Saturday, June the 3rd at the Escondido Center for the Arts from 10 to 4. And just wishing you folks nothing but great success. And then when you're at Snapdragon in 2024, we're going to at 30,000 people on this. And we can say we knew you when you were the nation's longest and biggest open air book fair. Wishing you nothing
That's
but great success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Drew.
Absolutely, my pleasure. We've been chatting with Jolie Tunnell, founder of Once Upon a Book Fair, I should say, and Tanya Ross, her co-founder as well. Great event Saturday on the 3rd of June, Escondido Center for the Arts from 10 to 4. We hope you can attend, and we hope you enjoyed this edition of Spotlight on the community on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, and we will be back with another show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.